Hi, I'm Sean with Glenn Turner Maintenance, and today I'm going to show you how to find a trip breaker or GFCI in your apartment and how to fix that. Let's get going. If you find yourself in a similar situation, chances are you've tripped an electrical breaker. Let me show you how to safely reset the breaker and restore power to your home so you can move on with the rest of your day. Electrical breakers are designed to keep you safe by stopping the flow of electricity when the circuit becomes overloaded. When this happens, the breaker will automatically stop the circuit or trip. Things like vacuum cleaners, hair dryers, and portable air conditioners are some of the most common culprits of tripped breakers. So it is important to always keep these types of appliances on different circuits or use them at different times. For instance, if you have a vacuum cleaner and a portable air conditioner running at the same time on the same circuit, this will likely cause the breaker to trip. This is what a typical breaker box will look like. In most studio-style apartments, they can usually be found in the living room, and for larger homes, they can usually be found in the bedroom behind the door. Often, they are a standard gray color like this one here, but sometimes they are painted the same color as your walls, which can make them a bit tricky to find. In either case, they should be a metal door with a standard latch like this. Inside the breaker box are all the breakers for your apartment. Let's start by figuring out which breaker should control the area you are having problems with. Each breaker or switch controls a specific circuit or zone in your apartment. Each circuit should be labeled either next to the switch itself or on a sheet on the back of the door panel like this. Locate the breaker switch that controls the circuit that is giving you trouble. In our case, it's the bedroom breaker, labeled 10, which is this breaker here. Sometimes, when a breaker trips, the control switch doesn't always fully retract to the off position. It may appear that the circuit is on, but we know that the electricity is not running. No matter the case, in order to attempt to restore electricity to the given circuit, move the switch firmly to the off position and then back fully to the on position. Then watch the breaker for at least 5 seconds to make sure that the issue has been fully corrected. If the breaker trips again immediately, this may be a sign of a larger problem. Please submit a service request in your resident portal and we'll have a licensed electrician come out to restore the issue. Aside from resetting the breaker, remember to never attempt to repair any electrical issues in your apartment on your own. So we'll plug it back in and test it out. Looks like that worked. Now let's talk about GFCIs. GFCI stands for Ground Fault Circuit Interceptors. They act just like line breakers and stop the flow of electricity if they detect a possible fault or issue in the circuit. Think of these as the breaker before the breaker. At least one GFCI is required for circuits in the areas of high moisture exposure like bathrooms, kitchens, and balconies. Typically, the GFCI control is on the outlet like this right here. You'll see two buttons, one labeled test and one labeled reset. If the GFCI has been tripped, the reset button will usually be pushed out. In order to restore electricity, just press the reset button in like this. Usually you'll hear a click. Sometimes you may not see a GFCI control where you might expect to see one. This is because it is only required to have one GFCI control somewhere in the required circuit. For instance, you may only have one outlet in your kitchen with the GFCI control, but it protects the entire circuit. Resetting the GFCI anywhere in the circuit should restore electricity. Keep in mind, sometimes they may not necessarily be in the same room. Small kitchens and bathrooms may share a GFCI control switch. Another important thing to know is that in some newer buildings, the GFCI may actually be in a breaker box included with the breaker switch for the circuit. It works the exact same way as shown before, just press the reset button to restore electricity to the GFCI that is tripped. It's that simple. Please remember to be safe and let us know if you run into any issues. You can also submit a service request on your online portal like Active Building or Henry. Thank you for helping us help you during these challenging times. We hope to see you again soon.